Hey YouTube, it's Blair here. It's my first video. Got some gear in front of me here and just looking to share what I have and kind of tell you how I've come to knife collecting. But just quite a few knives, some customs I just got in. I'll do an unboxing for you. New knife I got from a couple makers that collabed. This is the last of their large series. But yeah, here we go. So first up is one I got here last month from Mr. Jason Guthrie. And it's one of his Rangers. Textured tie, great centering. It's a full tie model here, but it flies right open. Great lockup. Definitely going to be carrying this one. It's got that hand rub satin finish. Great feel in the hand. It's a great EDC. I've owned one of his previous models from his first gen. Dead center, of course, but love this knife. Appreciate Jason making this. So one thing he was offering is a lock bar stabilizer there, the Hinderer from Hinderer. But I chose not to have that. I didn't need it. But one thing also he's including, you're not going to be able to see it there, but it's got a tungsten rod that's locking up the knife. Awesome hand rub satin on both sides there. This thing slices too. Great grind on it. So I've been collecting now for about 2 years. And here's my first knife that I picked up. Benchmade 551. Definitely my user. Needs a cleaning and a good sharpening right now, but love this thing. It's my beater, as you can tell. Kind of chipped the edge a couple times, but I've been able to grind it back down and sharpen it. So great beginning knife if you want one. Nowadays you can probably pick them up on forums for 80 bucks, but yeah, it's my first knife, ordered from a local dealer here. This will always be in my collection. We got a few more over here. My Rockstead Coup. I'm actually looking to move this one, so if anyone's interested, let me know. It's got some paperwork here. Hasn't been registered yet. Serial number 122. YXR7 steel. And it's got the black DLC coating, mirror finished, you know, all that jazz. Made in 2014. And here we go. So I was originally looking at picking one of these up. I was hoping for the Shin. This one's a little smaller in hand, but it's an awesome knife. Here's that mirror finish DLC. Some great jimping up there. Sorry for the smudge marks there. Aluminum finish with some Stingray inlays. Not a big fan of the pocket clip, even though it is deep carry. I'm a fan of those sculpted clips. Good lockup. This thing is smooth too. Says I'm just kind of going through my collection here, but if you guys have any questions, comment down below and I'll answer them for you. This guy is razor sharp. I've always wanted a Rockstead, and this one definitely is an awesome knife. Just won't be carrying them. I have a few that I carry all the time, but the Rockstead here is insanely sharp if you ever pick one up. You know, that old Rockstead hardness. I got a bunch of patches from some makers. I've given some away, so I don't have too many anymore since I don't have a need for them. This I got in recently. Just a tie bead from Sergey, I think it was, or yeah, along with the calendar that he included there. So I'm going to start from some of my productions and we'll head up to the customs, but always have to have Kershaw in your collection. Super fast deployment. This is one of their newer renditions of the Knockout, but it's spring assisted. Real quick there. Love the color combo. I like black blades. I had a ton of ZTs of the limited editions that had the black DLC coating on them. And speaking of ZT, got a 801 here and a tie clip. This is let's see here, serial number 320. No mods done, just that tie clip. This is one that's seen a lot of carry by me also. There's a good edge on there. But yeah, not many of my knives have lanyards. I'll probably be making some more soon here. So like I was saying, this is kind of a quick overview of my collection. Let's see if I got any other productions. I'm sure I'm due. Looks like I don't have any more on me here, but I will just kind of go down the row. Got a Degs Kane XL, Mocha tie clip. This thing has amazing action and quite the edge, as you can tell there. This guy gets quite a bit of use also. It's a little larger. I think around it's 4-inch blade there. He does make a few smaller ones, but matte definitely makes a killer knife. Great lockup. You just hear that sound. And smooth, of course. But yeah, if you haven't, check out Matt's work. He's always, I think he's a newer maker, putting out some stellar stuff there. But just look at that clip. So some of these knives are a little dirty just because I carry them. Clean them maybe once a month. But here's a guy that's not really making knives right now because he had a stroke a little while back, but Matt Cucchiara. An awesome clip there. So I'm not sure if the Kane has the Timascus or if this has Timascus, but one of them is Mocha tie, one's Timascus. Good lockup, great detail there. He polished the edges of the scale, good contouring. Matt's work's always comfortable in hand, but no jimping. Wish that was on there. He has some on the stud or the flipper tab, but great knife. A little kind of a bowie grind to it. This guy is super smooth also. It's on ceramic bearings. This guy is also available, so if you're interested, just comment below. Let's stick this guy back in there. Some more patches. So one thing I like to do with all my knives is usually when I get them, just kind of spray some EDCI solution on them. When they go in their case, throw some silica packets in there. Just keep them dry if anything ever happened. But after I carry them, usually like once a month, I'll go through my collection, just kind of clean them out. Here we got a Matt Disc and Fire that's discontinued now. I spoke with Matt, he's working on a proto for another dual action or an auto knife. But the Fire is a must-have. After seeing here's a shout out, Jim Skelton's video on his before he sold it. This was a must for me, and the thing is insanely smooth. Probably the smoothest knife in my collection there. I've cut my hand on it a few times, but yeah, this thing is awesome. It's definitely a user, even though you can't really get your hands on them much anymore because everyone's holding on to them. I believe it's got a Lightning Strike carbon fiber backspacer. It's kind of hard to tell. I've owned a few of these and they've all been great fit and finish and a must-have. So Elmax steel is standard for these knives. Yeah, another thing you'll see is it is dual action. Fastest firing action I've seen out of a DA. So there's that guy. Clip's a little bent, had an accident from the previous owner, and I mean it still fits well, so might send that back to Matt, or if I head to a show sometime soon, I'll have him maybe bend or take that clip out and bend it back. But let's see here. Got a couple Shiros in my collection. Love these knives. And crazy smooth. But yeah, there's one. And then I have a second one here. It's another 95. Stone washed all around. What I really like is just the groove here. To allow when you're flipping, it's not as painful on those sharp edges, but flow through design. These guys came really sharp as well. And sculpted clip, as I really enjoy. This one's not as smooth as the other one, but it has great detent. And a knife from one of my favorite makers, and definitely see some snail trails there. Just from carrying it all the time. I've had a couple large Koi whiskey 2s, but I finally picked up one of those little whiskeys and love it. This is more EDC for me. It just fits perfect in hand. Satin grind on there, stone wash flats. Love the harpoon on there, you can choke up on it. It's pretty hard to get a hold of some Koi Bill's work, but solid lockup. 'Up. 'This guy rides on bearings as well. 'This guy is right 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 on bearings as well Great detent. Wish the flipper tab was a little shorter than that, but this knife just really rides well in the pocket. And not a big fan of that clip, but maybe I'll blast it and stone wash it. Big pivots on there. 154 cm. Love this knife. And let's see, another one I picked up recently here is one I might be shipping out to a new owner on Monday. We'll see if that payment goes through. It's a Baby Bear. Been lucky enough to score some of Ray's work recently. It's got a CF carbon fiber backspacer there, milling both sides. So this one I won in a lotto recently, and the other one was similar. It had a hand rubbed satin blade with just a one hole on this side, and I think there's a hole just underneath the clip, and then the clip was somewhat bent, but yeah, I chose this one because I had first pick. If you're not familiar with Ray's work, it's a must-have. That's the bottom line there. We got satin grind, look at that. Top swedge. Great tip on it. This thing cuts like butter. There's Ray's maker's mark there. And a sculpted clip. I really don't want to let this one go, but you know how the game goes, you're always chasing the grail. Great lockup. Smooth. Great detent. And this thing fires probably better than most of my knives. Pretty close to that. Dagues. Cane XL. Just look at that guy. Got some blinds behind me so you might see those ripples there in the blade. But yeah, super comfortable in hand. Happy I got the Baby Bear version. So I am kind of trending towards smaller knives now. Great detent. There's that guy. And I'm gonna run and pick up another knife real quick. 1 second. Alright, I'm back here. This is one, I did not get it from Arizona Custom Knives, but I just had the case. I don't know if you can tell who that is already, but pretty stoked to get this one from Dalibor. Direct. It's a serious model. And integral. So it's got some awesome colors to it. Carried it a couple times, but never like hard used it. I always wanted an integral. I was kind of chasing after one of these or a Rosenti, and came across his lotto, and lucky enough I scored one. So very thick blade. It's thickest in my collection, but he puts out some awesome work. Centered. So I was my pick was either between this or a Draco, but I was a big fan of the series here. Great satin finish there, as you can tell. Very sharp, and is really aggressive jimping. But can't go wrong with a knife that's going to stay in your hand. Good lockup. Sculpted clip. This thing's breaking in a little bit, but it'll definitely take a little while. If you're interested in this one as well, I'm trying to move it. Chasing after a Lambert that I've had my eyes on, so definitely let me know. Sorry for taking up so much time here, but just kind of doing a brief overview of some stuff, and down the road you'll kind of expect me to put out some more videos on each knife and go over it a little better. But here's the moment of truth. I got this yesterday actually, and just waiting for the mailman to show up, and luckily he came. Didn't leave me one of those dreaded notes. So this one didn't show the address on it, but this one came from one of my favorite makers. And this was a collab from Mr. Laconico. Got a couple stickers in there. Thanks, Ray. And toss that out of the way there. But love these pouches. It's an Ace pouch. Got a Bill's custom case over here, which keeps your knives nice and cozy. Let's see what we got in here. And so this is the very last large Lancer that they were going to put out, and as you can tell, it's a pretty special one there. Mike Vagnino's business card. And a sweet little patch. I'll definitely be keeping that. Love Ray's work. Oh, awesome. Thank you guys, appreciate it. So yeah, this is my second Lancer. I don't have my number 4 right now, but I was chosen, or I got in early enough when they were first introducing these that I got into the number 4 spot for the custom Lancer. And this one definitely... Hey guys, I'm back. My camera cut off there. Sorry about that. This will be part 2. Anyway, just picked up this beauty before I get some fingerprints on it. As I was saying, this is the last Lancer, or large Lancer, I think, that Ray and Mike are going to be putting out. Pretty special to me. It's got a hammered Zerk inlay there, and a hammered Zerk clip, sculpted, dead center, and their maker's mark there. Laconico Vagnino knives, LV knives. And let's check out that detent. Awesome. Hand rub finish. Guess it kind of made up for that bear that I chose that didn't have that hand rub on there. But there's a Lancer, the model on there. Yeah, these are awesome knives. Choke up on that bad boy. Yeah, but always been a fan of Ray's work and Mike's design, so this guy is smooth. Great lockup there. I don't know if you hear that growling in the background, but that's my my husky. Cool thumb studs. Flow through design. Jeez, this guy is smooth. Always great action. Jeez, there's great scale work there. Can't really see a little gap, but you can't feel that. Feel the texture difference, but that's awesome. Just looking for any like signatures in there and see anything. Anyway, thanks Ray and Mike, appreciate this. Special one for me. So anyway guys, yeah, I've been collecting now for about 2 years, and of course it's, you know, cycled through things that I've wanted and sought to have, so things move here and there, but there are some that I'm definitely going to keep. You know, some Shiros, definitely the Little Whiskey, the Disc and Fire, the 801, got the Knockout. I mean, those are all reasonably priced knives, and got this guy direct, so it's definitely a great deal from those guys. But if you have any interest in purchasing one for me, like the Dalibor or the Kuchihara, let me know. Because I'm definitely, you know, moving up the chain, kind of like a lot of us are. I'm looking for Lamberts or Stouts or Curries, but there's this guy again. Just fun. If I can open it. Jeez. Great hand rub polish on there. There I am. So this guy rides on Teflon washers. Really smooth. Been surprised of how smooth Teflon washers are compared to bearings. Anyway, Happy New Year. It's early January 2016. Hope you guys have a good year and had a good holiday. Look out for a couple other knives that I got from this guy. Recently he put out some of the MK4 UHEB Quaybacks, and I picked a couple of those up, a DLC and the Stonewash version. Ended up moving the DLC because I figured, hey, I'm going to carry my knives, so that Stonewash is going to hold up. But then just recently, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, he put out the A15 mid-tech version of his custom. So I'm just waiting on that. But yeah, if you have any questions or have any input for me, go ahead and put it down below and I'll get back to you. All right, have a good one.